You know who I blame for the fucking housing crisis in Adelaide? It's getting more and more unaffordable every day, and it's due to those Chinese immigrants at the zoo. The panda bears are taking jobs away from our all-Australian koalas. They're the only lazy, slightly chlamydia-filled bears that I want to look at. In fact, the pandas don't even have the guts to get chlamydia because they refuse to The only place worse to live than Adelaide is Sydney because of the housing prices, nothing else. Don't Google it. So who's really to blame? Is it those fluffy immigrants at the zoo? No. Because much like before, we cannot blame immigrants for Adelaide's problems, except for the European immigrants who came here a long time ago, on that date that isn't really the date that we celebrate that on. So who can we blame then? Well, there's one name hanging over our heads as we do these housing crisis videos that I haven't had yet the balls to mention. Jonathan Winstonathan Howard. I am in no way qualified to talk about the Kama Sutra of ways in which this old scrotum has fiscally fucked the young generation of this country. John Howard isn't on the Epstein files, but he did fuck Australia and we're a pretty young country, so I won't comment either way. I will say that those who are qualified all agree that this ballsy scrotum has ballsed up housing for all of us. So Adelaide, where did you go wrong? What's your problem, Adelaide? I'll tell you. As a foreigner, I feel As
a foreigner, always.
As someone from Brisbane, I'm here to comment on your city, who I've never visited.
Ipswich, how dare you? You're not...
Look, Adelaide, I'll be honest, I'm visiting your city in these dates and these locations for the Adelaide Fringe Festival. Whoa. Adelaide, you have the apparently densest politicians in the country because you have the least dense housing structure of any capital city. You silly billies. You can't fit everyone into a suburb once you have more than 12 people. You're gonna end up having to spread everywhere and make things ridiculously expensive. Oh no, what's that? It's happened there. Oh fuck, how else are you going to support all those new migrants from Melbourne? Suburbs are great and lovely until you have more than 12 people. Then everyone feels like they're living on top of each other anyway. Joel, if only there was a more affordable, more efficient way to put people living literally on top of each other that other capital cities have figured out. What? Sort of like some kind of nation building exercise. Move people into the churches. As someone from Ipswich, Brisbane, I am about as able to talk about making housing affordable as a moth is to talking about fire safety. I'm right in there and it hurts me. But Adelaide, I know you can do better. Overtake Sydney in more ways than just having an actual culture that isn't cocaine. Joel, do you have any suggestions for the good people down in Adelaide? As someone from, and would you like to say this for the record?
Why would you do that? Why would you put me on the spot like that? Yeah, I'm from
Townsville. How's the affordability like in Townsville, Joel?
It's apparently alright. Better than here.
Not too bad. It's better than the middle of Brisbane where we currently are. Because surprisingly, the further you move away from capital cities normally, the more affordable things get. And as a young person, not to brag, for the foreseeable future anyway, I am shafted unless I move to the middle of fucking nowhere. Would you like to live your dream life out away from the horrors of modern life where you can afford a house and possibly even a grocery?
Yeah, tell me more!
You can move to the thriving capital city of Peterborough.
Wow!
The capital of what, you may ask? You may also move to Charleville in Queensland. Beautiful tropical Queensland with a median temperature of 45 degrees above boiling. Wow!
Fantastic deals!
You can find a house and land package for $150,000 and all you need to do is be okay with a little bit of mild to extreme racism. Wow!
Wow, fantastic! Don't even get me started about the cost of living!
Cost of living is more expensive than capital cities because you are 8 hours away from the nearest convenience. So you may have land, but in order to get the products to build a house on it, you need to go to Bunnings. You can go to Mitre 10, but I want my house to stand up. There is also the problem where occasionally these small regional towns will just run out of groceries because... And water! And also fucks to give.
Hide them sweaty pits, boy. You'll get so many comments. Or show them off. You'll get so many comments. I don't know.
Adelaide. All you've got to do is be more like Cooper Petey.
Can't hold that shot any longer.
Look, Adelaide. All you gotta do is move away from Adelaide and you can be more affordable. I promise you can do it. So please buy these tickets to my show. They're only $20. If you can afford to live in Adelaide, you can afford my show. This is the Bloke Agenda. Adelaide's most trusted housing news.